All right, think twice before you get behind the wheel. Anytime, well, you should do that anyway, but certainly in the new year's, new drunk driving laws go into effect at midnight.
Defense attorney Thomas Glasgow specializes in defending DUI cases and joins us now to break down this new law. What is this new law?
The new law that goes into effect as of midnight tonight, 2009, is that first-time offenders, if you are arrested for a DUI, in order to get your driving privileges, you have to install a BAIID, a breath alcohol ignition interlock device. It's a breathalyzer, essentially, that you put into your car, and in order to drive for the six months or 1 year now, you're going to have to install this in your car.
Now, why is there seems to be this sharp increase in trying to get out there and catch DUI offenders?
Well, I don't think anybody is in favor of someone going and driving drunk. I mean, the ramifications of driving drunk are enormous, both financially, criminally, and with regard to your personal life of, getting a DUI conviction. There's several problems with this, though. First of all, they're extending the period of time for the suspension from, if you blow, you're going to end up, and you blow over, it's going to be a 6-month period of time that you're now going to be suspended. If you don't blow...
This is a first-time offense.
First-time offense.
Okay.
If you don't blow and the suspension is upheld, it's a year that you're not going to be able to drive a vehicle. The problem with this BAID device that they're requesting for people to put in is that it is at the driver's own expense. It's not something that's provided by the government, and it's roughly about $450 every 6 months in order to have this installed in your car.
And some will say, oh, well, don't drink and drive, then you have to worry about getting it installed. Because I know you're defending the DUI. And I want to ask you, though, so what happens if, let's say, I'm driving,
you're not defending the DUI.
No, but you're not defending the DUI. You're defending DUI, people who get charged with DUI as well.
One of the things you pointed out is you don't have to be convicted of a DUI in order to be mandated to put this in your car. In other words, you can just be arrested, you don't have the hearing, and you end up having to have this in your car for 6 months or a year on a first-time offender, which in my practice, you don't see a whole lot of people driving outside the scope of their restricted driving permits right now.
My question is, what if somebody else blows for you?
Well, I mean, you can always have someone blow for you, but that person should be driving the vehicle then. You've got a sober vehicle.
But you know what? Well, the whole thing is you shouldn't be drinking and driving to begin with. What I'm saying is, what if somebody, that's the thing, there's so many loopholes it sounds like. What if somebody blows for you so you can drive? Maybe they can drive you home because they got to take their car home.
Well, that's another problem with this.
So anybody can blow into it. It doesn't have to be your particular...
Anybody could blow into it, but if you get caught doing that, obviously it's going to be a greater penalty. There's two other problems, is that if you don't have this installed, let's say you don't have the financial means to do so, and you only have one car in your family. Well, that's got to be installed on your car in order for you to drive. If you don't install it and you drive, it's a felony now. So you've got a Class 4 felony for someone who was not a felon before. You've got someone who's got 4 or 5 people driving one car. Now everybody has to drive that car, and everybody has to know how to use that product. And additionally, that product is not foolproof. You can eat a Big Mac and it will set off this machine because it's very yeast sensitive. The yeast in your mouth creates alcohol, you blow into it, it'll set off this machine. There are other problems with this, and now you have to defend yourself because you've blown into this machine and you've created this issue. We're already using these for second and third time offenders, which I'm totally in favor of.
Absolutely.
But you're creating something that...
Bottom line, everybody, it's New Year's Eve. Everybody wants to have a good time. Have a designated driver. Don't get behind the wheel after hitting the bottle.
The defense side of this thing, just the legal issues that are involved in this. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you.